Hello aspirants, welcome to Spardha Line. Today we are continuing in with our OMR series where I am going to cover the ancient and medieval previous year question, and these questions I am going to cover with theme wise. So the first theme that we are discussing from last two sessions, that is the PYQs based on the maps, and this is the third part of this series. So in this third series we are going to discover the cave and the other miscellaneous places that came through the previous year questions. So previously I have discussed Stone Age, then Indus Valley Civilization, this Mahajanapada period, then Mauryan period, particularly Mauryan period. I have discussed the Ashokan pillars, the places where Ashokan pillars are located. So when it comes to Ashokan pillar, there are the three aspects. So first is the major Ashokan rock edict. So this I have discussed in detail. I have discussed the all rock edict, all 14 rock edict with the places where this major rock edict present. So next after that, I have discussed the minor rock edict of Ashoka. So I have discussed the all places where the minor rock edict of Ashoka is located. Then I have discussed the Mauryan pillar. So there are the 7 Ashokan pillar edicts. So I have discussed this all the 7 pillar edicts as well as the places where this pillar edict located. And finally, some places where the Ashokan pillar edicts are present, but the inscription is not there. So these Ashokan related places came in PYQ that I have covered holistically. So go through the second session. So it will be very useful for you because UPSC nowadays they're asking at least 1 or 2 questions on these topics. So today we are starting with the next series. That here we are going to cover some places. Okay, mostly the ports that that UPSC is asking, as well as the caves. So first question that I have asked in 1999. So it is says that which of the following port handled to the North Indian trade during the Gupta period. So they are given the 4 ports. First is the Tamarlipti, Bharuch, Kalyan and Combray. So which of these out of these 4 were the Gupta ports, they are asked. Again UPSC in 2020 they have given some ports. Okay, so they asked with reference to period of Gupta dynasty and Sindhya towns Ghantashala, Kadura and Chaul were known for. So the answer was that these were the ports. Okay, but the reference again goes to the previous year question itself. Previously they asked ports in Gupta period. After someone going through this previous year question that came in 99, he would have prepared all the ports that came in Gupta period. So easily he would have attempted this 2020 question. So that's why the previous year questions are important. They repeat the themes. They frame the question based on these themes. Okay. So this Kalyan, it is closely located near the Chaul port, Chaul or the Chaul it is called. So go through previous year questions, so you will understand where the UPSC actually framing the question, and you can make the UPSC more predictable through this question. Again, see in 2023 they asked a question. So they asked ancient South India, Korkai, Pumpuhar and Muchiri. So these were known for. Answer everybody know. These were the ports. So what is the theme they are asking? So 2020 they asked, 23 they asked. Again they have asked 2017. See, the question came in 2017. They again asked important seaports in Kakatiya kingdom. So forget this aspect, the kingdoms, but remember at least where the ports are there, and if you know the territorial extent of this particular kingdom, you can easily attempt this question. Now if you see these all ports, okay, and if you know that where the territorial extent of Kakatiya kingdom majorly ruled in present day Telangana and the Andhra Pradesh. So if you know which of these 4 comes in Andhra Pradesh, you can easily answer the question. So this is the one smart way to prepare for the upcoming examination. So what I will see all the ports. So major ports, I will going to give you certain important facts about this port. So first that came from here itself with this question, that is Kakinada. So this particular port port I selected because it is not important from the ancient and medieval perspective, but there is a crucial fact that associated in modern India. So that also we'll see. So this Kakinada port is there. It is located in Andhra Pradesh. It was the largest seaport during the British time in Asia. So this is the important point. Then Buckingham Canal. Okay, it is a freshwater canal. It connects the Kakinada with Nagapattinam in the Tamil Nadu. Then again, it is important for the modern perspective because the Kakinada session of Indian National Congress that happened in 1923. And the major important that is the Hindustan Seva Dal. This particular Hindustan Seva Dal has also completed 100 years currently, recently. So that's why there might be question on this aspect. So what we need to cover the major details, that we will see who was the president of Kakinada session. It was the Maulana Muhammad Ali. Okay, and what he, because in 25 UPSC, the UPSC question that came, so they given the quote and they asked whose quote it is. So that's why the what is the particular this question. He says that our Swaraj must be Sarvaraj. Okay, if the question asked in 2026 prelims that our Swaraj must be Sarvaraj, so this quote said by whom, they ask. If they give the Gandhiji, they give the Tilak. Okay, if they give the Maulana Muhammad Ali, and if they give Nehru. So obviously people what will do, Swaraj is associated closely with the Gandhiji or Tilak. So what they will do, they will choose either the Tilak or the Gandhiji, but not, remember the Maulana Muhammad Ali, he said the our Swaraj must be Sarvaraj. Okay, so for that perspective, this particular line is important. So remember this thing. Next, the resolution that passed in Kakinada, they said that the proposed establishment of Hindustan Seva Mandal. Okay, currently it is known as the Congress Seva Dal or the only Seva Dal. So again, this currently known as Seva Dal, and it is established in 1st January 1924. Okay, and it was also worked under the supervision of the Congress Party Working Committee. Now, what are the fact later Hindustan Seva Dal Mandal or the Hindustan Seva Dal? So this particular dal founded was the N.S. Hardikar. Okay, and it was created to be Congress Central Voluntary Organization. Okay, and the background set for this establishment, it is the flag satyagraha that happened in 1923 in Nagpur. So that time the many the Congress volunteers from the Dharwad in the Karnataka, they resisted the Britishers and they stood for to defend the flags. So this particular, the bravery of these Congress volunteers established the base for the establishment of the Hindustan Seva Dal. Okay, and the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he was the first president of the Seva Dal, while the Umabai Kundapur, she was the founding president of Women's Wing of the Seva Dal. So these are the things that you need to important from the Congress session that happened in 1923 in Kakinada, as well as the Hindustan Seva Dal, that the resolution passed in Kakinada that led to the establishment of Hindustan Seva Mandal or the Seva Dal. So next important fact, here the important port is the Motupalli. Okay, so the Motupalli is the important. So there are the not only Kakatiya, but there are the many other things associated with this particular port, that is Motupalli, or also it is known as Deshuya Kandapattam, okay, or Muttupili. So this was the port of the Kakatiya dynasty. Kakatiya, we know it was ruled in the present day Telangana and the Andhra Pradesh region, and it was contemporary of the Yadavas and the Hoysalas. Okay. After this, the Ptolemy, he mentions this as the inland port of the pirates. So this is the important thing. Okay, there is a Abhaya inscription. It is called the inscription. It is called as Abhaya Shashana, and this Abhaya Shashana, it belongs to the Ganapati Deva of Kakatiya, and it is the in the Veerabhadra Swami temple. So there is temple called Veerabhadra Swami temple. There we found the inscription of Ganapati Deva of Kakatiya. It is known as Abhaya Shashana. Then this particular Veerabhadra Swami temple has pillar inscription, and this pillar inscription is Telugu and Tamil, and this is belongs to the Reddy king, Annapotta Reddy, and this king, the Annapotta Reddy, he recaptured the Motupalli from the Muhammad bin Tughlaq in 1323. Okay, and there is also a charter which belongs to Devaraya II of Vijayanagara. So these are the important facts. Okay, you need to remember. Ultimately, Devaraya II, he conquered the Reddy kingdom. Okay, with the Kakatiya, and they divided between them. So this is the important thing that associated this Motupalli. Okay, so these are the things you need to remember. Then next important port is the Machilipattanam or Masulipattanam. So this Masulipattanam port, it is located at the mouth of Krishna river. Okay, and ancient time this port was the belongs to Satavahanas. Ptolemy mentions this as a Mysolos. Okay. Medieval time, this port went to the Golconda Kingdom. Then modern time, the port was the captured by Portuguese, British, Dutch, French. Everybody had their factories. Then some other important event associated with Machilipatnam are the Salabat Jung. Okay, who was the Nawab of Hyderabad. He granted this port to the French. Again, it was captured by the British in 1759 from the Dutch. Okay, and it was the first Dutch factory in India. So why the British conquered this particular 1957? Because of the conspiracy by the Dutch against the British with the Nawab of Bengal. So the Nawab of Bengal and the Dutch did conspiracy against British, and in response to this, the British captured this port. And after that, this port, there was the clear segregation that the British will rule India and the Ceylon, that is Sri Lanka, and Dutch will move towards the Indonesia. So this is important. And also it was the first British factory in the east coast of India. So it is the east coast of India. It was the first British factory. So these are the important things. Next is the Nellore. Okay, this Nellore particularly situated on bank of the river Penny in Andhra Pradesh. And there are the certain dynasty Maurya, Pallava, Chola, Kakatiya, Vijayanagara, Golconda, Arcot. These are the dynasty ruled over the Nellore. And the important fact is Potti Sriramulu. He belongs to the Nellore. He was the behind creation of the first linguistic state, that is the Andhra Pradesh, because he led 56-day hunger strike, and after his death, government forced to the creation of the first linguistic state of the India, that is Andhra Pradesh. And Andhra Pradesh created from the by taking part from the Madras state. Madras. Out of Madras, they created Andhra Pradesh state. So these are the important things. Now, there are certain ancient ports that you need to remember. So these two ports I discussed previously, Sutka, Gondor and Balakot. These are the Indus Valley civilization ports. Okay. Then this is the important port, Barbaricum. It is in Pakistan. Then Gujarat, there are important port, Kirasara, Kuntasi, okay, Lothal we know, again it is Indus Valley civilization, Baruch or Baruch. This port is famous from the time of the Maurya period. So Maurya period till the modern British period, this port is famous. So nearly all the North Indian dynasty ruled over it. So this is important. Then Sopara, this port also significant because we found the Ashokan pillar here, pillar inscription we have found. So this is important. Then again this Chaup, we have written Chaup, but it is Chaul. So this is port associated Gupta dynasty that we have seen question. Then Kalyan or Kalyani. This was the major conflict when it comes to the Bahmani dynasties, and later on with Vijapur, the Bijapur dynasty and the Marathas. So this particular port, the Kalyan port and the Chaul port, these were the major reason of contest. Okay. Then next important port is Gopaka Pattanam. Okay, this port is located in Goa. So remember, Pattanam, it's not only belongs to the Tamil Nadu or the Andhra Pradesh, it is the port located in Goa also. Okay. Then next is a Honawa. This port is in Karnataka. So remember this thing. Then Udayavara, this also in Karnataka. Then next is a Kozhikode. We know this is also this in Kerala. Then Muzirits, this is the Chera port or the Kerala Putra port. So this is famous from that time. Then Korkai, okay, one of the Pandya port. Then Tondi, this is ancient, again the Pandya port. Puar or Pumpuar, okay, this is the Chola port. Arikemedu, this is Chola port, okay, and this currently known as Puducherry. Then Marakanam, so this is the important port. Then Mahabalipuram, this again the Pallava period was the very famous, this particular port. Then Kadura, Mottupalli, just we discussed. Masulipatnam we discussed. Kalingapattanam, okay, Kalingapattanam particularly Jaugada. So these are the important ports. Okay, it was the Jaugada was the military center or the major trade center during the period of Mauryan. So this is important. Then Manikpatna, okay, this is also located in Odisha. Then Dasarna, this is also located in the currently Odisha, then Tamrlipti and the Chandraketugar. Chandraketugar is also important because they are asked a question two times previously. They have asked a question in 2021, again they asked a question 2024. So and this I covered in first session itself. So those who are not watched, they can go and watch about this particular port. This Tamralipti also in second session I have covered. There is significant Ashokan inscriptions we have found. So this also I have covered. So this is the important ports that I wanted to discuss. So remember which port located on either east coast, west coast. Now we need to just know the which dynasty ruled this particular port. Now when it comes to the Chola dynasty, they most prominently ruled over this part. So whatever the ports belongs to this side, they goes to the Chola. Then Pandya ruled over here. So this kind of this side ports, they goes to the Pandya. Then Chora or Kerala, they ruled over this part. So this side ports goes to the these people. Then mostly this part belongs to the mostly dynasty Kadamba. Okay, after Kadamba, this goes to the Western Chalukya. Then sorry, the Badami Chalukya. After Badami Chalukya goes to the this Hoysala. Then after Hoysala, the Vijayanagara dynasty comes. So these are the mostly associated dynasties. And this side mostly here the Kaktiya kingdom we found. So this was located such as this part. Vijayanagara kingdom is somewhere here. Okay, so Bahmani here. So this was the mostly Bahmani kingdom. They ruled over this part. Okay, so remember this territorial extent and where the port located. So this is the enough to take a guess and identify port belongs to which dynasty. Okay, if you want to go deep, then there is a short time, and it is the if you say the cost benefit analysis is too less. So rather than going to in detail, just see the port, where port located and which dynasty ruled over which part. So that is the sufficient. Then next one question for practice. So it is asked in 2001. This particular says that which of the following port called Bakul Makkah or gateway to Makkah during the period of Mughal period. So now if you see the port, Mughal period, why I was telling you, if you need to know where the dynasty ruled, Mughal period was the largest Mughal extent was still here. Okay. So if you see the port, Calicut located south, Bombay again in Gujarat part, Surat, Bharuch here. So at least one option you can easily eliminate here. So the remaining three ports. So Bharuch is mostly the trading port, Bombay same trading port. Now the remaining Surat during Mughal period, because even the British period you see where the British first established party, British were came as a trader. So the first established party, their factory at Surat. Why they established factory at Surat? Because it was a major trading center during the Mughal period. So obviously the answer is Surat, because these were the major trading center, but not during the Mughal period. So this is the logic that you can bring and come to the answer. Okay, so that's why you at least need to know where the what are the ports or the places that were the prominent during the particular dynasty. Okay. Next important theme that we are moving, it is the cave based questions, because they have asked a question this many times. So from 2010 UPSC, so question UPSC, there are only two known examples of the cave paintings of the Gupta period in ancient India. One of these painting of Ajanta cave, where the other surviving example of Gupta painting. So they have already told you Ajanta is one, and which is the second they have asked. Now let me know which one is there. Even if you see second question, Hoysala monuments are found in. Okay, these are the not based on cave architecture, but it is related to temple architecture. We'll cover it here. Hoysala monuments, three temple architecture that are the prominent. We'll see when we'll cover this when we'll see the question, previous year question based on the temple. Okay. Next question, if you see, with reference to history of Indian rock cut architecture, consider the following statement. So first says that the cave at Badami are the oldest surviving rock cut caves in India. Okay. Second, the Barabar rock cut cave were originally made for the Ajivikas by the Emperor Chandragupta Maurya. Third statement, at Ellora, the cave were made for the different faith. Okay. For these three questions, if you see, Ellora is a cave, Barabar cave, Badami cave. Again the cave they are mentioned, again repeating. Now the question came in 2013. Now see the question came in this particular question, the cave, the theme is dominant again. Even if you see next questions, 2016, 2016 again question came on the Ajanta. Question came Ajanta and Mahabalipuram. So what they asked, both were built in the same period. So both belongs to the same religious denomination. Both have the rock cut monuments. So why I'm discussing question, because when it comes to studying particular part from previous year question, now the cave we understand, the cave is one of the theme. Now what we need to study from particular cave? That is what I told. First we need to study it belongs to which dynasty. It is period, because see the question they asked belongs to same period. If you know the period of the both cave, then only you can answer the question. Then the major features. So major features, what we'll see, what are the archaeological findings here. Okay, then you can see about the paintings. Okay, the themes. Okay, themes in painting, the archaeological finding here can be the sculptures, okay, the temples, whatever it is. So these all description we get to know when we see the previous year question. So for that we need to go through all the previous year question. Even again you see the question asked in 2013, second this question. They have asked which of the following historical places, which are above place known for the mural painting. Okay, they ask Ajanta, Lepakshi, Sanchi Stupa. So again we need to know about the description, then only we can answer the question. Okay, again we'll see the if we found some, I found some another questions. See, the question came in 2014. So the best question says the famous work of sculptures on the site. So again they have given description. Okay, that was what I was discussing, what we need to cover. They are saying the grand image of Buddha, Mahaparinirvana with the numerous celestial magicians above and the sorrowful figures of his followers. Okay, they are asking which of the correct image. Now if you know what are the paintings belongs to Ajanta, then only you can tell whether it's correct or not. Second, if you see image of Varaha Avtara, bore incarnation of Vishnu as rescue the god earth from the deep and chaotic water. Okay, so this where it belongs. If you know then only you can answer. Then Arjuna's penance, descent of the Ganga sculpture, surface of the boulder. Now it is up from Mallapuram or the Mahabalipuram. Now we have seen the previous year question where they are mentioned Mahabalipuram. If somebody would have gone and seen what is in Mahabalipuram, then he usually would have answered this question in 14. Okay, even the person who Ajanta came 3 times. So if person would have gone and seen the Ajanta painting, Ajanta, what is in Ajanta, then only he can easily answer the question. And this is the importance of previous year question. Okay, rather than the studying wholesale, it will make the UPSC very predictable, where they will ask question and what kind of question they will ask. You will get to know from here only. Then next, see again 2017. Okay, they asked Bodhisattva Padmapani. It is one of the famous and illustrated painting. It is at which, again fourth. These are all Ajanta, Badami, Bagh and Ellora. These all the 4K repeated in previous year question, and it asked in 2017. So this is there are some caves that they repeatedly asking. So based on the cave, what we will see? We will see cave, their geographical description, and what are the importance there. So we are going to cover all the major caves in India. Again, there was I not got the question. They asked in 2022. So what they asked, they given the 3 caves. One was the Ajanta, and this side they gave the river. They asked on bank of which river the cave, this particular cave also associated. Second name was the Amravati. Amravati is the Buddhist stupa. And third, I forgot something was there. But here they asked the rivers, on which rivers. So Amravati, I remember they asked Krishna. Okay. So this is the important. So now the geographical description, what we'll see. Now they ask a river. Next time they might ask the mountain ranges. Okay. Or they might ask the state. Okay, so these are the geographic they might ask. So considering this aspect, I have covered geographical description as well as the importance. So we'll see one by one. So first we are going to see the Bagh cave. Okay, so first is the Bagh cave. This particular Bagh cave, it is located in Vindhyan range in Madhya Pradesh, and bank of the one seasonal stream is there, Bagani. Bagani is a seasonal river stream, and bank of this seasonal stream it is located. Bagani, the name came Bag from the this particular stream. And what is the important thing here? These cave are example of Indian rock cut architecture rather than naturally found. So they are not naturally found, but they are the rock cut architecture. So important fact. Then there is a Buddhist in inspiration. These caves are Buddhist in inscription. Somewhere only 5 have survived. All of them are viharas. So important fact. Okay, viharas are the resting place for the monks, and they have the quadrangular plan. Okay, important feature is the cave number 4. It is famously known as a Rang Mahal. So this is the important thing. Then cave number 2, it is famously known as Pandava cave. Okay, now the next time when they will UPSC will ask question, they might not mention the Bag cave. They will mention the Pandava cave or the Rang Mahal, and they will ask where it is, in which state it is located. So remember this Rang Mahal, Pandava cave, these are the part of the Bag cave, and they are located in Madhya Pradesh in Vindhyan range. Okay, then these paintings, the some aspect of the painting, the feature of painting, the paintings in Bag cave, they are all are the materialistic. Paintings in Bag cave are materialistic rather than the spiritual. They are not spiritualistic, they are the materialistic. Again, the characteristics of this painting are like those of Ajanta cave. So these are painting in Bag cave. They are closely associated with the Ajanta cave. So this is the important thing. Okay. Next is a major cave. We know that Ellora cave. Okay. Ellora cave. It is the located in Western Ghat. So extension of Western Ghat. Okay. I forgot the Balaghat extension. So it is here. It is located, or locally this hill known as Charanandri Hills. So local known. It is located in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar district in Maharashtra. And this particular cave, it is UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay. This cave belongs to the all three religions: Hindu, Buddhist, and the Jain religion. Okay. All of the Ellora monuments, okay, mostly the Hindu, Buddhist, and early Jain, were built during the Rashtrakuta period. Kalachuri period dominant the Hindu, but Rashtrakuta period, whatever the religion was there, that is the Hindu, Buddhist, Jain. All three religions cave built during the Rashtrakuta period. Then the Kalachuri period, they built Hindu. Then later Jain caves they built during the Yadava period. Okay, so these are the important facts. Next, the cave 16. It has picture of largest single monolithic rock cut excavation. Okay, if you remember which is the rock, it is the Kailasnath temple. Okay, so it is depicts the Hindu deities or the summarize the two major Hindu epics. Which two Hindu epics? It is the Mahabharata and the Ramayana. So the walls are the inscribed by the these two Hindu epics. Then there are the Hindu caves, famous Hindu caves. Dhumar is the Hindu famous cave. Then Rameshwar, Kailas, this particular temple, Dashavatara cave, Ravan ki Khai, and Nilakant Lena. So Nilakant Lena, Ravan ki Khai, Dashavatara, Kailas, Rameshwar, Dhumar. These are the famous Hindu caves. Now next time they might not mention the Ellora, but they might mention something from this, and they will ask question where, in which state they are located. So that time remember this thing. Okay. Next, cave number 15. So this particular cave 15, it is now the inscription of the cave 15 or 10 avatars of Vishnu. Okay. So here we found the inscription of Danti Durga. Who was the Danti Durga? He was the founder of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Okay. And the temple, this particular, it is age of the temple that belongs to the Danti Durga. Okay. Then there is Vishwakarma cave. Okay. Vishwakarma cave, it is the Buddhist prayer hall. Vishwakarma, it is name associated with Hinduism, but remember it is the Buddhist prayer hall. So to trick you, they might ask question, Vishwakarma cave, it is associated with Hinduism, but not, it is the Buddhist prayer hall. Second, the cave 11 and the cave 12, they are the three-story Mahayana monasteries. Okay, particularly when it comes to Ellora, the Ellora caves are the single-storied, they are double-storied, and triple-storied. Okay, so remember, and these single, double, triple, they belongs to the Buddhism and the Hinduism. But Jainism are not single, double, or triple. So this is the important fact. And this particular cave 11 and 12, this three-story Mahayana monastery belongs to the Vajrayana Buddhism. Okay. Also there Vajrayana Mahayana Vajrayana Mahayana monasteries are there. Then there are the 5 Jaina caves, and these 5 Jaina caves belongs to the Digambara sect. So all the caves in the Ellora, the Jain caves, they belongs to the only Digambara sect. So this is the important fact. Okay, and the Jaina caves, mostly Jain caves, they are the smaller than the Buddhist and the Hindu cave. These Jain caves are the smaller than the Buddhist and the Hindu caves. Okay, and the emphasis placed on the depiction of 24 Tirthankara. The Jaina caves, they have the put emphasis on the depiction of their 24 Tirthankara. So important fact. So this you need to remember. Next is the Lomas Rishi cave. Lomas Rishi cave, again we have seen the question they have asked. So Lomas Rishi cave nothing but it is a combination of 2 caves, Barabar and Nagarjuni hills in Bihar. These are the closely closely associated with Phalgu river. Okay, it is Phalgu river is close to the Lomas Rishi cave, and Lomas Rishi cave is one of the cave in the Barabar group of cave. Okay, there are 2 group of cave here. First is the Barabar group of cave. This Barabar group of cave, it comprises of Lomas Rishi cave, Sudama caves, Vishwakarma caves, and the Karan Chopar caves. So what I was telling, they will ask the question, they will not ask you Barabar cave, but they will mention somewhat cave, one cave. So that's why telling, they might ask where is the Vishwakarma cave. Okay, if they said the Maharashtra, then it is also correct. Okay, Vishwakarma cave is also in Barabar. Okay, they will ask the Rangamahal or the Pandava caves where they are located. So remember, it is in Madhya Pradesh, we have seen previously. So Barabar group of cave, these consist of the Lomas Rishi cave, Sudama cave, Vishwakarma cave, and the Karan Chopar cave. Okay, then Barabar cave, they constructed by the Emperor Ashoka, and that for the Ajivikas. So it is constructed by the Ashoka for the Ajivikas. Okay, these rock cut chambers, they bearing dedicatory inscription in the name of King Piyadasi. Okay, King Piyadasi. So the King Piyadasi, this erected this Barabar cave for the Ajivikas, and King Piyadasi, it's referred to the Ashoka. Okay, and how we got to know this Piyadasi associated with Ashoka? Through the Musky, that rock edict of Ashoka, Musky rock edict. Because Musky rock edict, it also have the Ashoka's minor rock edict, and it mentioned Ashoka as a Ranya Ashoka. Okay, previously there was a dispute between historians that the King Piyadasi was someone else, but when they found the this Musky rock edict and they see the Ranya Ashoka, that time they will understand this King Piyadasi or Devanampriya, this title given to the Ashoka. So from that, from Musky edict, we got to know, and this was the previous year question. They asked which of the following rock cut edict, okay, which made it clear that this title King Piyadasi, it is associated with Ashoka. So remember this thing. Okay, then this Barabar cave, they are the Buddhist, Hindu and Jain. Okay, Buddhist caves are Buddhist, but there are we found the Hindu and Jain sculptures. Okay, so this is important thing. Currently there is one temple, Baba Siddhanatha temple, and this temple belongs to the Gupta time. So this is the important thing. The Lomas Rishi cave or the Barabar group of cave, where one temple is located, Baba Siddhant temple. Okay, and this belongs to the Gupta period. Okay, then next is the some cave description of some caves. Okay, Lomas Rishi cave, it has no inscription of Ashoka. Then Sudama cave, it was used by Ajivika. Vishwamitra or Vishwakarma cave, it was the entrance dedicated to the segment rising to the Ajivika, so it is also Ajivika. Then Karan Chopar cave. Okay, this inscription of entrance, there is inscription at the entrance of this cave which focus on Buddhist practice of retirement. Okay, Vasa. So this is the practice, okay, associated with entrance. So this is the also previous year question, and this particular the Vasa, it is used by the Buddhist monk during the rainy season. Okay, so they might ask question, the Vasa is associated with what? So remember, this is the Buddhist practice of the taking shelter during the rainy season. Okay, rainy season, monks not used to go on travel, they used to take rest, or they used to take the shelter, and this practice is called as Vasa. Okay, so this is important thing. Then this particular segment of Barabar cave was reserved for the Ajivika monks. Okay, so this also later in Buddhist also used but it was reserved for the Ajivika monks also. Okay. Then next is the second group of cave is the Nagarjuni caves. Okay, Nagarjuni is the second group of cave. So Nagarjuni, it is also rock cut chambers. It is inscription that mention Devanampriya Dasharatha, not Ashoka. Dasharatha, they mention Dasharatha was the grandson of Ashoka, and he succeeded the Ashoka. Okay, Ashoka's son not succeeded, Ashoka's grandson succeeded him. Okay, this Devanampriya Dasharatha, he given this or erected this Nagarjuna cave, and these caves are dedicated to the Ajivika sects. Okay, and some important caves are there. First is the Gopika. Okay, these are also excavated by the Dasharatha. Okay, there is one inscription. Okay, in Gopika cave. Through this, we got to know that this is excavated by the Dasharatha. Then Vaditika Kumbha cave. Okay, this also dedicated to Ajivika by the Dasharatha. Then Vapiyaka Kumbha cave. This also dedicated to Ajivika by the Dasharatha. So this Nagarjuni group of cave, it is associated with Dasharatha and it is given to the Ajivika. But Barabar cave group of cave, these are associated with Ajivikas and Buddhist, but these are the erected by the Ashoka. So when it comes to the this group of caves, they ask, remember Nagarjuni, these are Dasharatha, and this one Barabar belongs to the Ashoka. Okay, you can remember this Naga Dasa. Okay, Naga means Nagarjuni, Dasa means Dasharatha. So this mnemonics you can remember. Okay. The next is the Nashik caves. Nashik or is also known as Trirashmi caves or the Pandavleni. So there might be different names. So UPSC might ask Nashik caves, they might mention this name or they might mention this name. So remember, all the three names belongs to the only single cave: Pandavleni, Trirashmi or the Nashik cave. So the important feature of this is most of the caves are viharas. Most of the caves are vihara. Cave 18 is a chaitya. So remember, there are the viharas and the chaitya. Okay. Then these group of 24 Hinayana Buddhism. Okay, Hinayana Buddhism cave. So this is the important. Hinayana is a field of elder, and this particular name is given by the Mahayana. Okay, Mahayana. Then this cave excavated financed by the local Jaina king. Okay, this king, this caves belongs to the Hinayana Buddhism, but who financed by the local Jain king. Okay, cave number 18 is Chaitya worship. It houses the statue of Buddha, also Jaina Tirthankara Rishabhadeva, and icons of the Jaina Yaksha, Manibhadra, and the Ambika. So there was a concept of Yaksha. It is present in Jaina as well as the Hinduism. Okay, and Buddhism also it is there. Okay, this particular cave number 18, it is not only has the icon or statue of Buddha, but statue of Rishabhadeva and also the icons of Jaina, Yaksha and Yakshini. Okay. Then cave number 11, it is dedicated to Lord Rishabhanatha again. Okay, Rishabhanatha. This is important. Jain caves are also there and the Buddhist caves are also here in Nashik or Pandavleni. Then Rishabhanatha was the first Tirthankar of Jainism that we know. Then the site was excellent ancient water management system. Okay, this is a very important fact. We have found the excellent water management system in the Pandavleni, okay, or the Nashik caves. So this is important fact. We have found several water tanks there. Okay. Then next is a Karla caves. Okay, these are located near Lonavala in Maharashtra. So these caves historically associated Mahasanghamika. Okay, this sect of Buddhism. Mahasanghamika was the earliest sect of Buddhism. Okay, it was the first before the Hinayana Mahayana. This was the prominent sect that separated or has asserted the Buddhist principle. Okay, and this question was asked previously in UPSC. Currently the temple is dedicated to goddess Ekavira. So goddess Ekavira is there, which is mostly worshipped by the Agari and the Koli community in Mumbai. Okay, so the goddess Ekavira temple is there, but it belongs to the Mahasanghamika. This is sect of Buddhism. Okay. Next is the Bhaja cave. This Bhaja cave is also near Pune in Maharashtra, and this belongs to the early Buddhist school in Maharashtra. Okay, and we have found the carving through the tabla, woman playing tabla. Okay, it was tabla. We all know that it is erected at least 3300 years ago. So it is one of the aspect that the tabla, it is majorly it is said that introduced during the Sultanate time, Delhi Sultanate time. It was a Persian instrument, but this particular cave in Bhaja 2023, there was question. They asked which of the following caves are associated with Buddhism. So remember, this is Buddhism cave. So the next time might they ask about the details. So remember one tabla, woman playing tabla. It is in Bhaja cave of it is situated in Maharashtra. Okay, so Buddha has symbolic representation here. Okay, and painted in physical form as well. So Buddha shown physical with symbols as well as the physical form. So here we have find the inscription. Okay, and three monks. These are the Ampinika, Dhammagiri, and the Sangadina. So there might again the question. Remember this name: Ampinika, Dhammagiri, and the Sangadina. Okay, these are the Buddhist monks. They might ask question. They might mention the name, and they will ask question. These personalities associated with what? They will give the first answer. These are the famous Buddhist scholar. Okay, the second question they might ask. These are the famous archaeologist. Okay, they might ask. These are the famous Jain monks, or they might ask. These are the famous authors. Okay, so this kind of question they will ask. But remember, these are the Buddhist monks. Okay, next cave is the Bhedse or the Bhedsa cave. It is located in Mawar region of Pune. Then it is the Satavahana period. It was erected Satavahana period, and it is marked by profusion decorative Gavaksha or the Chaitya arc motif. Okay, they inscribed by the Pushanka, the son of Ananda Shetty from the Nasik. He was the trader Ananda Shetty. We have found the inscription of this Pushanka. Okay, so remember this thing. Just remember Bhedse. It is in Maharashtra. That is sufficient. Okay, and this belongs to Satavahana period. Satavahana period we know 1st century BC to 2nd century AD. Then Patan caves. It is also near Satara in Maharashtra. This cave dates to the first half of 2nd century. Okay, so this is the important thing. Then next cave is the Ganeshaleni, or the it is called as Lenyadri. Ganeshaleni or the Lenyadri. It is in Junnar, Maharashtra. So there are some other caves around this Lenyadri. That is Manmodi, Shivneri cave, and Tulza cave. Okay, so these are the important caves. And now currently this Lenyadri, it is used by the Hindu, where we found the Girijatmaka Ganesha. It is one of the Ashtavinayaka Shrine. There are the Ashtavinayaka means 8 Ganesha Shrines are there. One of the Shrine is one of the Ganesha is the Girijatmaka. So what is called Girijatmaka? Because here it is considered the goddess Parvati. She wanted to give the birth out to the one child. So that's why it is supposed to the birthplace of the Ganesha. So it is called as Girijatmaka. So this is the important thing you need to remember. Then our most important, it is the Ajanta. So it is also in Western Ghat. Okay. This particular cave also established is in Western Ghat. Important fact, it is located in it is in Ellora. It is not this one. So it is located in Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar district of Maharashtra, and river Wagora. Okay, river that Wagora. So this is important thing. Also, this is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Then the cave present the painting of the past lives and rebirth of Buddha. So remember this thing, past lives and rebirth of Buddha. So when it comes to Buddhist past life, there are the certain term associated with it. Okay, so let me know in comment section what is that. Then we it tells from the Arya Sura's Jatak Mala. Okay, so to tell the Buddha's previous birth or the past birth, we know the Jatakas associated. So this is the Arya Sura's Jataka Mala. This tells about the past birth of Buddha. Then this brought by Western attention the Captain John Smith. Okay, this is the person associated with this Ajanta cave. So next time they ask question, match the pair, which of the person associated with cave. So remember Captain John Smith, he was associated. So this particular cave, Ajanta cave, they erected in 2 distinct phases. First during the 2nd century and the 2nd century BC to the 1st century CE, and second after several centuries, means post Gupta period. Okay, the first period that belongs to the Maurya, Satavahana, and later period Gupta, Vakataka period. Particularly the King Harisena, he he associated with this Ajanta cave. So this is important thing, and this shows the evidence of transition from Hinayana to Mahayana. So the dominance of Hinayana was going down, and the Mahayana was emerging as a prominent sect of Buddhism. So this is important thing. Okay. The second phase attributed to theistic of the Mahayana. So this is important thing. Then Chinese traveler Zhuangzhang. So he also mentioned this particular cave that he. So it is interpretation that the Zhuangzhou graffiti is there. So it is told that he knew this particular caves. Okay, and this particular Ajanta cave they are mentioned in Aine Akbari, and Aine Akbari written by the Abu al-Faz. Okay, so Aine Akbari also mentioned. So there are the other things that mentioned in Aine Akbari. Yesterday also we have seen Thaneshwar. Thaneshwar, it was the capital of Harshavardhan dynasty. Also this Ajanta cave mentioned in Aine Akbari. Also there is one tiger reserve, Panna Tiger Reserve. Okay, this also mentioned in Aine Akbari. So these are the important things. Then next, Kaneri Cave. It is in Mumbai. So this Kaneri Cave patronized by the Satavahana or the Western Kshatrapas and also local trader. These are in Buddhist influence. So mostly they used monastic compliance, educational and meditation center. So we have found the inscription in Brahmi script which mention the marriage of Satavahana ruler Vashishtaputra Satkarni with the daughter of Rudravarman I. Okay, so Vashishtaputra Satkarni with the daughter of Rudravarman I. So this is one inscription that belongs to this Kshatrapa. So this is important thing. Then next cave is Gharapuri or the Ailepanta cave. Locally it is known as Gharapuri cave and famously known as this Ailepanta cave. So it is also Mumbai near there is one this island is there near Mumbai. So that island is known as Gharapuri or Ailepanta cave famously known. This particular cave patronized by Chalukya and the Rashtrakutas. So particularly Chalukya, Badami Chalukya and the Rashtrakuta they patronize it. So there are Hindu caves that dedicated to Lord Shiva. Okay. Then Buddhist cave. There are two Buddhist cave and 5 Hindu cave. So Buddhist cave they use for the meditation or the monastic residence. Then there are some important Trimurti of Elipanta. Trimurti of Elipanta, it shows the Shiva as a creator, preserver and destroyer. Okay, Trimurti of Elipanta. So Shiva has the 3 faces there. Okay, it shows the one as creator, preserver and destroyer. It is known as Trimurti of Elipanta. Okay, also we have seen Nataraja figure, Ardhanari, Nateshwar. So these are the also inscription we found. Okay, in 1534, this particular Gharapuri island, it is given by the Gujarat Sultanate to the Portuguese. Okay, and Portuguese named it as a Elipanta because of there is a massive black stone elephant statue they found. So after that they named it Elipanta. Okay, now this person important because already UPSC asked a question in I guess 23 or 22. So which Gujarat ruler killed by the Portuguese? He was the Bahadur Shah. Okay, this was the person who given this island or also the Mumbai to at that time it was known as Celeste to the Portuguese. So remember this thing and let me know who was the Portuguese viceroy at that time. Next is the Badami, famous Badami cave. It is located in Bagalkote district. Okay, there is no river associated with this, but there is one man-made lake called Agastya Lake. On bank of this man-made lake, Agastya Lake, this Badami is located. Okay, and we have found the complex, Buddhist complex, Hindu complex, as well as the Jain complex. It was the capital of the early Chalukya. Early Chalukya, we call them as a Badami Chalukya. Okay. Then we found the inscription of Mangalesha. Mangalesha was the son of Pulikeshini I, and this inscription in Kannada language. Then the cave 1, it is prominent carving of the dancing Shiva as a Nataraja. So remember this thing. Then cave 2, it imaged relics of Vishnu as a Trivikrama. Okay, and it is the largest one. So there is a Shiva statue, there is a Vishnu statue, and there is one there is one painting. Okay, there is a painting which depict that the Pulakeshini welcoming the Persian ambassador. Okay, so this is the important thing. Then the next important thing, this is there are the largest caves. Largest cave is the third cave, number three. So this particular cave number 3, it shows Vishnu as Ananta, okay, seated on the serpent, okay. Then Varaha with the Bhudevi, Harihara, Narasimha in standing posture, and the great image of Trivikrama or Virata Vishnu. So this is important. The largest cave is belongs to the Vishnu, because Varaha Avtara, Harihara, Narasimha, these Virata Avtara, these all belongs to Vishnu. So remember this thing. There are the carvings which are the Nataraja, Harihara, Ardhanarishwar. So this is important. Then cave number 4, it is dedicated to Tirthankarats. Okay, we found the paintings of Parshvanatha, Vardhaman Mahavira, and the Bahubali. Okay, so these are the important things. We have found the evidence of the mostly prominently Hinduism, as well as cave where we found the paintings of the Tirthankarats. Okay, then next is a Mamallapuram. So Mamallapuram, it is located in Tamil Nadu. Okay, so there are 40 ancient monuments and Hindu temples. Largest, and this is the largest open air rock relief in the world. Okay, we call it a descent of the Ganga to earth, or the Arjuna's penance. So this is the largest open air rock relief in the world. So remember, it is located in Mamallapuram or Mahabalipuram. Later on, when we'll go for the temple architecture, that time we'll see the other places. There are the 5 temples, okay, rock cut temples. It is named after one of all 5 Pandavas, including Draupadi's. Okay, so remember this. Then there is another Sitavansal or Arivar cave. It is also in Tamil Nadu. So this particular monastery, it is monastery or temple. It is created by Tamil Shravana, and this temple belongs to the Jaina. It is temple of Arihantas are there. Okay. Then this particular cave initiated detailed by the Pallava king Mahendra Varman. Okay. Okay. Previously he was the Jainism, but later he converted to Hinduism and the Shaivist. So, but this cave erected by the King Mahendra Varman. Okay. And there is an inscription that is attributed to Pandyan king, also Pandya king. So this is also important fact. Then this particular Sitavansal, it is also megalithic burial site. It is the rock cave site also, as well as the megalithic burial site. Previously they have asked question, they have given the megalithic site and the states. So if the next time they ask a Sitavansal, remember it is also megalithic burial site as well as the cave. Okay. Next important cave is the Udayagiri Khandagiri cave. Okay, Udayagiri Khandagiri cave. This is located in the Odisha bank of the Daya river. Okay, and this excavated during time of under King Karavela. Okay, Karavela, he was belongs to the Megavarman, Maha-Megavarman one dynasty, and these are the used for the Jain monastic use, mostly for the Digambaras. So important cave that we found, the first is the Rani Gumpa. It is the largest and most elaborate cave. Okay, and it is also double storied. So Rani Gumpa is the largest one, most elaborate, as well as the double storied cave. So remember this. Second cave, important cave, is the Hatti Gumpa. Okay, this Hatti Gumpa, the famous Karavela's inscription, it is in the Hatti Gumpa inscription. Okay, it is in Prakrit language, but a Brahmi script. So there we found the mention of the sacred Namokar mantra. Then we mention retrieval of stolen Jina image. Who stolen it? It is by the Dhanananda. Not Dhanananda, it was the Mahananda. Okay, establisher of the this Nanda dynasty. So he was, after conquest of the Kalinga, he took the Jina image, and this was the recovered by the King Karavela. Okay, then it mentioned the Karavela's religious patronage to Jainism. Also, it mentioned his support to the music, dance, fine arts. So it is not only belongs to Jainism, but also other fact, the support to music, dance, and fine arts. Also, it mentioned. Also, it mentioned Karavela's conflict with Satavahanas and other southern power. So these are the important things we need to remember about the Hatti Gumpa and the this Khandagiri cave. Then next important cave is Jogimara cave. Jogimara cave, it is in Ramgarh hills and near the Rihand river. Rihand river in Chhattisgarh. So Jogimara is in Chhattisgarh. Okay, it is 2nd century cave. Religious appellation. It is due to absence of distinct. We don't know what is the religious appellation, but we found some love inscription in early Brahmin script, which mention woman named Devdasi Sutnuka. Okay, so this is important thing. And notable cave around this side is Sita Bengara cave. Sita Bengara cave. So Sita Bengara cave, they ask, remember it is in Chhattisgarh, and also Jogimara cave. Then Buntupalli cave, it is in Krishna Godavari basin in Andhra Pradesh. So this goes back to Satavahana period. It represents early phase of the Buddhism in Andhra region. Okay, and it is supported growth of both Hinayana and Mahayana. So both major sects of the Buddhism present in the Buntupalli cave, and it is belongs to the Satavahana period. Next is the Undavali cave. So it is the bank of river Krishna. Undavali cave, bank of Krishna river near the Amravati, current capital of the Andhra Pradesh. So this cave carved during time of Vakataka and the early Vishnu Kundins. Okay, so Vakataka's time, it is Vakataka is a major patronage. Later it is patronized by the Chalukya. Then some architecture that show transition from Buddhist to Hindu iconography, and particularly the Vaishnavism. Okay, this particular Amravati and the northern Tamil Nadu, it was dominated by the Vaishnavism. Okay, then Udaygiri cave. Now this Udaygiri cave is in Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh. Not that one, Udaygiri Khandagiri cave. They ask Udaygiri Khandagiri, then Odisha. Only Udaygiri cave, they ask it is in Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh. So this particular cave already I have discussed, but some important details again I will take. So dedicated to Hinduism. So Hinduism sects, Jainism, Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Shaktism. So three major sects of Hinduism are present here, as well as Jainism is there. So Hinduism and Jainism is there. So there is a famous relic of Vishnu in his Varaha Avtara. So and this is belongs to the Gupta period. So this particular important thing about the Udaygiri cave. Then there is inscription from reign of Chandragupta II and Kumaragupta. So this is the important thing. So Chandragupta and Kumaragupta. So particularly Chandragupta's Meurali pillar inscription. Okay, Meurali's iron pillar. Meurali iron pillar. So this Meurali iron pillar currently located in the Delhi in Qutub complex. But originally it was located in this particular Vidisha, Udaygiri cave. But later in 10th century, the Tomar king, he relocated in Delhi. And this particular Meurali iron pillar inscription erected by the Chandragupta II after defeat of the Vahiklakats, okay, the local dynasty. So these are the important things associated. Okay, this already I have discussed in first session. You can go and watch that. Then two important these prehistorical paintings or the caves. So first is Lakudiyar. So it is on the bank of Suyal River in Kumaon Hills, Uttarakhand. So Suyal River and Kumaon Hills, remember. And the person is associated is MP Joshi. He discovered in 1968. So there we found the prehistorical rock paint site. Okay, painting involves dancing human figures, animal motifs, and geographical patterns. When we see the humans, they depicted in stick-like form. Okay, what we draw like this. Okay, they stick-like form, nothing but. And this we found in Lakudiyar also. Okay, the notable animal motifs, we found a long snouted animal. Okay, might be it is possibly the fox, multiple legged lizard. So these are the important animals. Then when it comes to geographical designs, we found wavy lines, rectangles, and the dots. So the major color used, the white, black, and red. Mostly natural color they used. Okay, so this is important thing. Then next is the Bhimbetka. Okay, Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, we have discussed in first session also Bhimbetka geographical description. It is located in Ratapani Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, as well as it is in Vindhyan Range. So these are the important things: Vindhyan Range, Ratapana Wildlife Sanctuary, and located in Madhya Pradesh. And this particular site discovered by the Vishnu Sridhar Wakankar. Okay, V.S. Wakankar. He discovered this. This belongs to the Paleolithic and the Mesolithic period. Now it is part of UNESCO World Heritage Site. These primarily rock shelters they used by the early humans for the dwelling. No animal bones we have found yet. Okay, we might found later. So there is one human. Okay, Homo sapien Homo sapien skeleton we found. It is called as I guess Narmada man. Call it as a Narmada man or Dickinsolia. Dickinsoa. So particular that uh, whatever we found that human, it is named as a Dickinsoa. Then Paleolithic tools. The Paleolithic tools we found here, they are larger in size and meant for quartzite and the sandstone. Then Mesolithic tools that we found here, we have found it in smaller in size, made by the cal, uh, cal sorry Chalcedony. Okay, then paintings. The paintings, group hunting paintings, a dancing human figure, then children playing, woman working. Okay, so the proto family structure we have found in Bhimbetka. Okay, because we have found group hunting, dancing figure, woman working, children are playing. This is nothing but a proto family, means early family signs we have found it here. Okay, so these are the important facts about the Bhimbetka. Then, so there is some random question they asked. They asked in 2015. So they asked for medieval Indian state and the present region. Okay. So this is for the homework purpose. Champaka, where it is located, Durgara, where it is, and Kuluta. So this is, let me know in comment section or do your own task homework to see the where this is located. So whatever this features we have discovered, the same we can collect the information for all this. Okay. Okay, so with this we are finishing the places that I mentioned in previous year question. Next session will start with the personality in the personality based previous year question. So we are finishing this session as well as I am finishing all the previous year question that based on the maps. Next session I will start the previous year question based on the personalities. Okay, for today, thank you very much.